I like it.
This is saying that it's using it for homework assistance, followed by research and summarizing information. Okay, okay, yeah. Other uses, students use AI for brainstorming ideas. That's where I am concerned with. Brainstorming ideas, writing, all right? Translation, then they say, and even beating boredom, which is crazy, right? And then I said, well, I want to check AI's references and I want to go to that Education Week article. So I wanted to look and see exactly what they were doing with that. And that's that article here that we have pulled up about more teachers say they're using it. Right.
But all of this is interesting to me because, again, it still shows that we're falling behind. So you said that Arkansas is ranked what number? 36,
36,
46,
36th in
36
education.
out of 50 states.
And that's from a U.S. News report article, which
Okay.
put every state, calculated every state as far as their economic development, their education, their security. And like I said, I just wanted to get a better understanding of how Arkansas ranked, with everything as I was writing this book.
Okay. And then, so what state is number one?
What state is number one? That's a good question. Let's see what state is number one. I think it was
Was it
Ut-
California?
Utah, California, somewhere like that.
You're talking to two AI consultants, one from Georgia, one from Arkansas. And what we're seeing, right? And I can speak for what I see in my industry, because of course I focus on government contracting. And what I'm doing more than normal is I'm going into businesses and I'm helping them to integrate AI into their business model and or system. So what we're seeing is that we are using AI, but we're just touching the surface of using AI. And so again, we're going to talk about it. And when I talk to Merritt, he's always like, so what do you say? What's good?
Yeah, what you know good.
What you know good, right? And so what we're trying to ensure is that we understand where we are with AI as a community, and also as as I guess US citizens, be it personal, business, educators, it doesn't matter, right? Where we are, so that we can understand that we haven't even thought about the possibilities of how we can integrate AI. So my grandson BJ just turned 6 yesterday, and he already is very familiar with AI because he has a clone, right? And that clone for him, and I really want to hear what you think about this, Merritt, because you're a subject matter expert in education as it relates to AI. Mine is more business strategy and integration, but he understands what AI is. He understands that this is a clone, and he and we are using it, right, to help him to uh to learn, right? Learn words, helping him with behaviors, and also we're helping him, and you've talked to me about this, with critical thinking,
That's the
right?
key.
And so that is what we're using AI for. But just me seeing what China 6-year-old students are doing with AI is like, we're not even there yet, right? So
And
let's talk
teachers are
about
scared. It looked like, oh, I don't want to say scared. Let me rephrase that.
has maybe hesitant.
Hesitant, because think
Right,
about this. We've heard this before. AI is going to get my job. AI is
right.
going to get my job. So not only are superintendents in school districts, but then teachers and then
Hmm.
also students, that mixture of how they feel about AI,
Hmm.
that's the heart of where I want to approach with at least Arkansas. Because as we
Hmm.
see here on the screen, it says that New Jersey is ranked overall number one, and then Massachusetts, and then Utah. Then as you go up here, it ranks them then from elementary schools. California, New York, New Jersey, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, middle schools, California, Maryland, Texas, Florida, Illinois, New York, total of 40, almost 47,000 schools, elementary schools, 23 middle schools. I mean, so I really liked going there and seeing the numbers. But as I drilled down and was listening to it, it goes kind of back to that last article, though. Yeah, how are teachers using AI? Like we usually saying, well, they're just using it to create worksheets or help them with
Right.
their lesson plans. Well, how are students using it as answer getters or to check what they've done, which is great. But when we get down to the actual creation, that's
Mhm.
the understanding of how AI is can integrate with you to save you time and to help you think outside of the box, so to speak. That's where it really gets critical. And that's something that I teach in my workshops when I deal with middle school and elementary school and junior high school students in general. I teach them critical thinking skills because I help them tell stories using AI.
Mhm.
Before, we would do video workshops where I would come in with a camera, I would come in with lights, I would have them being actors. They would film each other. We draw all this out on 3x5 note cards. Then we upgraded. Now instead of having cameras and lights, we're using cell phones because most of these East labs or STEM labs or maker spaces that also have 3D glasses and 3D printers, they usually have computers. Okay. Well,
Mhm. Mhm.
everyone just about in the classroom has a cell phone. So now we're doing this on a cell phone. The next iteration of this was now incorporating AI. But at every level, it's critical thinking because no matter what story you're telling, you're going to have to write and you're going to have to use time management. So the incorporation of these skills will help
Mhm.
you at a small start, even later on when you're dealing with corporate issues, time management, writing,
Mhm.
math, working with each other, incorporating ideas, thinking outside of the box, Venn diagrams, where things are overlapping each other. These are the skills that we can be teaching, and I do this by simply telling them to, hey, let's do a simple story. I did it with my 10-year-old. He created a story AI generated of going hunting in the woods. And he used Gemini and he used Canva AI. And then we edited it in a CapCut. So I think that
Mhm.
those three are going to be really great introductions for students like BJ, students like 10-year-olds, to get them excited about using AI in a way
Mhm.
that they want to use AI. Like, let's say one of them want to do an anime character or a Goku or something like that, and Goku's going to shoot a blast out of his hands, and so the student's all excited about that because that's what he wants. Okay, now what the educator's job is, by knowing a little bit about AI, is saying,
Mhm.
okay, with this free program, right, you're only going to get 5 attempts to get that right. So
Mm.
that causes the student to critically think
Think.
and to use the skills that they would when they're writing to be descriptive.
Mm.
Well, don't just say Goku is in a field shooting a blast out of his hands.
Mhm.
Let's get very descriptive. What is the color of Goku's clothing? What does
Mhm.
Goku hair look like? What is the color of the blast? Is he shooting it at a wall? Is he shooting it up at space? You're getting all of these details down so that when you put that prompt, that's the word for today, guys, prompt. When we put
Mhm.
that prompt into our generator, whether you're using Gemini, you're using Chat, or you're using Copilot or some other one, that you won't use up all of your free credits trying to get it right. Another plug for the books Olives, to so that you can then move on to the next step. Okay, after you've created that first scene, then what is your next scene? And slowly you're piecing these pieces together until you
Mhm.
get your full story. Once you have your full story, then you're going to use a non-linear editor, online editor, that are usually on most people's phones, like iMovie, which you can get for an iPhone, or like we say, we can download CapCut, which a lot of
Mhm.
people use when they make their YouTube videos or their TikTok videos. And then you have your final piece. That right there, I really believe that if every student K through 12 can know those three pieces, integrating AI is going to help them with their critical thinking skills and allow them to then be ready for other AI programs such as HeyGen, such as Gamma, such as Perplexity.